Hey everybody, my name is Paul Eston Jr., aka Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. And wow, we've got a very special guest joining us thanks to our partnership with USAA. And let's bring him right in. That is Devin Lloyd, who's one of the best linebackers, quite frankly, in the 2022 NFL draft out of Utah. Let's bring him in. Devin Lloyd. Devin, what's poppin', baby?
Man, nothing much, man. Blessed to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I got to tell you, your story really speaks to me, Devin. My father served 20 years in the Navy, and I'm wearing my support to troops hat, of course. And for folks who don't know, in advance of the NFL draft, Devin Lloyd has partnered with USAA, an official NFL salute to service partner, to offer fans an inside look at how his military upbringing and his family's history of military service has prepared him for success in life and, of course, on and off the football field, Devin. So let's get a little into it. Tell us a little bit about your story. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Both of my parents were in the military, so my mom actually got out when she had me. I'm born in 1998. She was in for 10 years. My dad just did a little over 30 years. He actually just retired. But yeah, he did a little over 30 years. I grew up, with my mom first 12 years of my life, and then went to go live with my dad. And really learned a lot from both of them. I still have a close relationship with both of them. And, when it comes to the military, that pretty much shaped, especially, my father, who, that pretty much shaped, who he is. And, 30 years in the service, says a lot about, him and his type of loyalty. And I mean, really, how responsible he is. And, it's kind of, those are the things I learned from him that's helped me.
And Devin, I'll tell you again, my dad spent 20 years in the Navy, so discipline was always a thing. That he had a strict household, and that really told me to make sure I had my own work ethic. I imagine a similar thing for you and getting yourself ready for the draft, and quite frankly, your wonderful college career at Utah. How did that help that you had your own level of discipline, quite frankly, heading in that maybe some other players did, not having that military background?
Definitely, yeah. When you're a teenager and you have to wake up on Saturday mornings, before everybody, to make sure that the grass is cut and your bed has to be made and, the bathroom has to be clean and, because the inspection is going to come. So whenever, you grow up in something like that, an environment like that, you learn nothing but to handle your stuff and, to get your responsibilities done. And so, that's, definitely a huge takeaway that, I've developed into over the years.
Devin, have you been able to enjoy any of this process? You're herding sheep, jumping between interviews all over the place, NFL teams, media. I know it's stressful, certainly, but have you been able to enjoy any of it?
Yeah, definitely. And it's all, been enjoyable. Obviously, the script and, like you said, the pressure and the stress on it, can weigh on you. But at the same time, the way I look at it is I'm really just grateful to be in this opportunity and, to have all these, blessings come my way. And I mean, teams really to be interested in me. So, I mean, for me, I'm just taking it and enjoying, every step of the process, understanding that, there's millions of people out there that would kill to be in my shoes and my position. And so I'm really just, grateful to have all these experiences.
Devin, you were talking about those teams that are interested in you. When you're talking to these teams, is it hard to be on one side humble and you're like, of course, I'm here, as opposed to going, I'm Devin Lloyd. I'm one of the best gosh darn linebackers in this draft. Are you able to have that same confidence in the room? Do you try to take it back a little? How do you operate when you're talking to these teams?
Yeah. You definitely always have that confidence in yourself because you know your worth, you believe in yourself. But at the same time, I'm somebody who's always been real with myself. And so whenever they're critiquing me for, some of the play that may not have been the best, I'm real with myself and I'm critiquing myself even harder than they're critiquing me. So for me, it's just being real with yourself. But like I said, always carrying that confidence and making sure that, people know that, you have confidence in yourself, because that's huge, without going out and being cocky or arrogant or, things of that nature.
Devin, do you listen to any of the noise? Every TV show is talking about Devin Lloyd this or Devin Lloyd that, ESPN, NFL. Do you listen to any of that, or what do you do when you're watching television?
Yeah, I'll be on Netflix, so my mom will probably send me some stuff about drafts, but not a whole lot. But I mean, really, for me, like I said, blessing to have those opportunities. But like I said, also I have the highest, you know, perception and standards for myself, and so really ultimately I block out the noise and everybody's going to have their own opinion, and I respect that. And, I feel free to have your own opinion. But for me, I know what God has planned for me, and I know the work I put in. And so really, I kind of just let my life play out. And, I can't wait to see, where God sends me.
Devin, we're getting to the nitty-gritty here, baby. Do you have your draft day plans locked in? Is it going to be, a nice little event at the house with the family and friends? You're going to go out and host a nice little party, a little fiesta? What are the plans, my friend?
Yeah. So I'll be in Vegas, taking all that in. And, it's something you dream about, ever since, you realize you have an opportunity to play in the NFL. And, really since, you first start playing football to walk across that stage and, shake the commissioner's hand. And, I'm just grateful, that I have the opportunity to do that. And, that's something I'm looking forward to. And, definitely experiencing that moment with all my family and my loved ones, all my close friends and family. It's going to be fun.
Devin, what are we going with? The classic handshake, slap, dap it up, bring it in for the bro hug? What are we talking about here?
Man, I was thinking the other day, like, what if I just went in and faked the handshake and just give him a hug and, like, lifted him off his feet and, like, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I might just go in classy and not even. We'll see how I'm feeling at that moment. We'll see.
That's it. Feeling what's in the moment. That's the best answer you could possibly have. Again, we're speaking with Devin Lloyd, one of the best linebackers, the best linebacker in the 2022 NFL Draft out of Utah. Here again, sponsored by USAA. What teams have shown the most interest in you so far, Devin?
Yeah, a lot of the teams, like especially in the upper, 1 to 20 range, or really, the guys who have linebacker needs in the first round, pretty much, large majority of those teams, have reached out to me and shown, interest in, like I said, meetings, Zooms, top 30 visits, all that, I've engaged with, teams.
Anyone in particular that's shown the most interest, shown a lot of love in those meetings?
Yeah, let me see. The top 30 visits were, the Cowboys, the Giants, the Bills, the feeling that I got within the meeting rooms. No, it's hard to tell, because they all come at different angles and you never know how they're actually feeling. But, I want to say there's a lot of interest in, large majority of the teams. I can't give you one specific one, but yeah.
No, that's okay. Let's get you out of here with a couple of quick rapid fires. First off, the people that question the positional value of linebacker, what do you say to those people?
Well, I would just feel like you have to watch the film and you have to understand what type of player you're dealing with, because if we're just talking about, everyday, linebacker that, some people are used to, then, there's a valid point. But when you're talking about somebody like myself who is versatile, can do everything at a high level from, coverage, rushing the passer, playing in the box, and has aspirations on doing the same thing I did at college, but obviously at a high level in the NFL. And you have somebody who can just change the game the way I can. Then you have to take that into account as well, because, like I said, I'm a game changer, and I feel like, I deserve more than just, to be looked at as a regular linebacker.
And two quickies before we get you out of here. First off, what linebackers do you model your game after? Are you an old school guy, Ray Lewis, Dick Butkus, going somewhere back there, or a current guy?
Yeah. There's a lot of linebackers that I have so much respect for the game. Ray Lewis, obviously being one of them, a huge role model.
Sure.
But then also Patrick Willis, definitely a big one.
There you go.
Derek Brooks, and I feel like for me, starting off playing free safety, I have to mention, Cam Chancellor is one of my all-time favorite players, just because of his mentality, the way he approached the game. Really just, his mentality, how he was on the field, that presence about him, that's definitely something I aspire to have.
All right, Devin, look into the camera. NFL teams that are watching right now, what's the pitch? Why do they take a chance on Devin Lloyd in the first round?
You take me because I'm a game changer and because I'm a leader. I'm somebody who's going to come in and do nothing but, hold myself to the absolute highest standard and hold others around me to that higher standard. And really, I'm just somebody I'm going to win. I'm going to find a way to win. I'm going to find a way to make those around me better and ultimately play for one thing, and that's to win the Super Bowl.
There you go. Again, USAA and the NFL created the Salute to Service platform to authentically honor and appreciate our military and military veterans and their families. Devin, thank you so much for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.